moderator for today's event. Welcome to 2021 Science Club Month Celebration Investigative Project Pitching Competition. We are now live on the Ham Alam Hub YouTube channel, so to fully participate in today's event, you can hit the like and subscribe button and post your comments in the comment section. To start our program, let us first have our national anthem to be followed by the Calabarzon March, the Norwegian Anthem, Division Head, and Awit ng Palacio.
Pambansang Awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, telas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng mag-ibig, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang hinigaya ng pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. lalawigan, pinagpala ng may kapal. Ang buhay ay mapayapa sa lahat ng napong, sa lahat ng nayon. Lalawigan ng Quezon, lalawigan ng Quezon ay aming tinatanghal. Lalawigan ng Quezon ay aming minamahal.
Nagsimula ang lahat sa isang hangarin na ang bawat bata sa tuwid na nagdasakali, kalidad na edukasyon ang tanging layunin. Kaya nabuo ang divisyon natin. Ating ipagmalaki ang sangay na natatangi, dibisyon ng lungsod ng Tayabas. Ating ipagkunti, isisigaw ng sabay-sabay, taos puso nating ialay, kung buhay nilalaan para sa kabataan. Mga guro'y nagsama-sama, guro at mga siwa, lahat nagkakasa. Kakayanin ang lahat, ano man ang dumating, ganyan tayong lahat na tayabasin. Ating ipagmalaki ang sangay na natatangi, dibisyon ng lungsod ng Tayabas. Ating ipagkunti, isisigaw ng sabay-sabay, taos puso nating ialay, buong buhay ilalaan para sa kabataan. Kapit-isip ipagpugay, sumisipon na sangay, kabutihan at karunungan, tungo sa kaunlaran. Isisigaw ng sabay-sabay, taos puso nating ialay, divisyon ng lungsod ng Tayabas para sa kabataan.
Good day, everyone. I am Sir Wilson Ramos, your moderator for today's event. Welcome to the 2021 Science Club Month Celebration Investigative Project Pitching Competition. We are now live in our Agham Alam Hub YouTube channel. So to fully participate in today's event, you can hit the like and subscribe button and post your comment in the comment section. To officially start our program, may we call on our passionate and beloved assistant, principal for junior high school, Dr. Geraldine M. Constantino, for her opening message.
First and foremost, greetings to our principal, Dr. Hinarci de los Reyes, our assistant principals, Dr. Maria Aidina Berilla and Ma'am Marisa Labella, our administrative officer, Ma'am Tess Palma, our department heads and coordinators, our teaching and non-teaching personnel, our dedicated students and participants, and also to our inspiring guests and panel of judges for today's event, headed by our education program supervisor in science, Ma'am Georgia Talabong. Good morning po sa ating lahat. Every year, we hold a science fair featuring some of our students' investigative projects. However, due to the pandemic, some changes have been made. And we are grateful to our science department at sa masisipag at innovative nating mga guro, led by Sir Marvin Rosales and our new coordinator for Science Enhanced Program, Sir Gerardo Laguador, for taking the initiative to hold this investigative project pitching as part of the 2021 Science Club Month celebration, despite the challenges of today. We are also fortunate to have our excellent panel of judges with us, and I am confident that our participants will gain a lot from you. Hindi ko na po kayo iisa-isahin sapagkat alam kong ipapakilala po kayo ng ating magaling na host mamaya. Ipinapaabot po ng ating principal at ng pamunuan ng Luis Palad Integrated High School ang aming taus-pusong pasasalamat sa inyo pong patuloy na pagsuporta sa ating paaralan. Sa atin naman pong mga students and participants for this event, I understand that conducting an investigative project is a difficult process that necessitates wisdom, building integrity, and adequate time management. Since the school is fostering a culture of research, your output will be included in our research data bank. Thank you, students, for your accomplishments. I know that your parents are very proud of you. Advice ko lang, dear participants, don't stop when you're tired of doing investigative projects. Stop when you're done with what you have started and keep going. So once again, good luck participants and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Geraldine, for an insightful and encouraging message for us to continue to pursue these activities despite these trying times. So to present us with the guidelines for the investigative project pitching competition, may we have Ma'am Ledesa Padua, Teacher 1 of Science Department, a member of the Investigative Project Pitching Committee.
investigative project pitching competition is open to grade 9 to grade 10 SEP students and senior high school STEM students of Luis Palad Integrated High School. Registration of participants will be done through Google Forms from September 9 to 16, 2021. For the mechanics, the investigative project pitching should revolve around the theme, revisiting the past, reinventing the future, enabling science education despite the challenges of today. The project is categorized into individual project, which is conducted by one student only in any of the identified disciplines under life sciences or applied sciences. Team project, which is conducted by 2 or 3 students in any of the identified disciplines under life sciences or applied sciences. Participants joining the contest are required to prepare their project in video format, MP4 format. The length of the video must not exceed 5 minutes. Recommended project concept content. What is the problem you are trying to solve? How will you solve the problem? Who will benefit from your solution? Who is your target market? Is there a similar science and technology solution? If yes, how is your solution different? What is your sustainability plan? There will be a virtual presentation of the participants pitch deck on September 17 to an esteemed panel of judges for 5 minutes. The question and answer portion follows for another 5 minutes. Violation to any of the above-mentioned rules will lead to the disqualification of the contestants. Decision of the judges shall be final and non-appealable. The committee reserves the right to disqualify any entry that fails to abide by the stipulation signified in this contest guideline. The top 3 winners of each category will receive certificates. And criteria for judging are as follows. First, scientific thought and engineering goals, 30%. Creative, resourcefulness and inventiveness, 30%. Thoroughness, 15%. Research skill, 15%. And oral presentation skills, 10%. And the total of 100%.
Thank you, Ma'am Ladesa, for presenting us the guidelines for today's event. Now, may we call on Ma'am Marites Hasela, Teacher 3 of Science Department and the Chairperson of the Investigative Project Pitching Committee, to introduce our judges for today's event.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to introduce our panel of judges for this event. Our judges have been selected due to their integrity, experience, and in-depth knowledge of our contest today. For Applied Science category, here are our panel of judges. He is a student in Ateneo de Manila University, taking Masters in Sciences, major in Computer Science, a machine learning engineer at Hakarus. Let us welcome our first judge, Engineer Nino Eclarin.
Morning. Good luck sa mga contestants. Thanks. Thank you po.
For our next judge, a licensed electronics engineer and a former Cisco Certified Network Associate router and switching holder, he handled various positions like Tier 1 Video and Voice Support Engineer, a Corporate Help Desk Engineer Level 3, Provisioning and OC Engineer in different telecom industry, specializing in voice and data communication over a wide variety of network configuration and platforms. Our next judge, Engineer Kevin O. Marquez.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me become part of today's event. To my fellow judges, Sir Marvin, thank you so much. And to all dear students who will participate in today's event, good luck to all of you. I would like to congratulate you now. It's not easy to think of a title. I've been there, we've been there, so we know how hard it is. So good luck again. Thank you so much.
And the chairman of the Board of Judges, a graduate of Philippine Normal University, Doctor of Philosophy in Science Education, an active resources speaker, judge in Science Investigatory Project Competition, the head of Research and Integrated Science Unit, a multi-talented and dedicated teacher for Ms. Gladys M. Palcunaya.
Hello, good morning, Palladians. There's only one thing, if you come prepared, there's nothing to be feared of. Good luck, everyone.
Here are our judges for Life Science category. An alumna of Luis Palad National High School, Special Science Section, Batch 2006, a graduate of BS Forestry, major in Forest Biological Sciences at University of the Philippines, Los Baños, member of different organizations like Filipino Forestry Society, International Forestry Student Society, member and a former president of Association of Filipino Forestry Students, a former landscape horticulturist of Vistalan Group of Companies, former resident forester of SM Prime, an environmental advocate, and a WWF volunteer. Our first judge, Miss Ann Portia C. Ramallosa.
Hello, good morning, everyone. It is an honor for me to be one of the panel judges here. So, good luck, students, and thank you.
Our next judge is a Master Teacher 1 at Benaventura Alandi National High School, one of the most active facilitators of different webinars and conferences in our division, received different awards and recognitions in different research conferences, both local and international. First place, Best Oral Presenter, Best Paper Finalist, and Most Outstanding Action Researcher, to name some. Ladies and gentlemen, our next judge, Dr. Michael Leonard D. Lubiano.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning to all the Palladian researchers, especially to my fellow colleagues from the Luis Palad Science Department. It is an honor for me to become part of this 2021 Science Club Month celebration as a panel. Deepest congratulations to one and all for coming up with this brilliant ideas despite of the pandemic that we're experiencing right now. So, ngayon pa lang po, I am congratulating everyone, and I want to leave this quotation that research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. That is from S. Gorgi. Congratulations everyone, and happy researching.
and the chairman of the Board of Judges. She is very hardworking, dedicated, reliable, and soft-spoken. She is a mother who is very dear to us. Our special program supervisor in Science Division of Tayabas City, Mrs. Georgia P. Talabong.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Tintin. My warmest greetings to the Palajian family, headed by, of course, Dr. Hiner de los Reyes, and also my grateful appreciation and my salute to the Science Department, headed by Sir Marvin. I'm very thankful for the activities you are conducting to really promote science education in the division. Thank you very much. Also, my greetings to my colleagues who will serve as judges for this very productive and meaningful activity. Thank you very much. I feel great to see my former students who are now very successful in their field of endeavor. Thank you very much. So to all the proponents, advance congratulations. You are all winners. So thank you very much for making your time productive in doing these investigatory projects. So we are looking forward in the final completion of your research proposal that you are going to present today. So just relax, enjoy, and I'm sure that we will really learn something out of this presentation. Again, thank you very much and congratulations, Science Department, for this momentous activity.
Thank you, our judges. Once again, good morning and good luck to all the participants. Thank you and congratulations in advance.
Thank you, Ma'am Marites, for the introduction of our competent and very decorated set of judges. So now, without further ado, let us start the investigative project pitching competition for the life science category. So for our first presentation, entitled Madre Cacao Leaves Extract in Preventing Sweet Potato Root Rot, to be presented by Nanong Joy Marian, Kabuyaw Lara, and Glorioso Bea Venice.
Root rot is a serious threat to agriculture worldwide, continuously reducing yields and jeopardizing crop survival. Sweet potato with root rot cannot absorb moisture and nourishment from the soil properly. Indeed, root rots cause more economic damage to commercial forestry in the temperate world than any other known type of disease. Sweet potatoes are widely farmed in the Philippines for two main reasons. One reason is that sweet potato can be planted at any time of year. Second, the Philippines submit sweet potato production more cost-effective and environmentally friendly. About 30% of sweet potatoes are harvested and sold to local markets, farmers, communities, or starch processing plants. Sweet potatoes' economic relevance in the Philippines is self-evident as it is an essential food and cash crop. The researchers presume that if consumers will use this process, root rots from sweet potato can be lessened and the high quality of sweet potato will be produced.
Research questions. What are the chemical components in Madrid cacao leaves extract in preventing root rot? What are the physical properties of Madrid cacao leaves extract in terms of mass, pH level, chemical analysis, and anti-root rot analysis? Is there a significant difference between the sweet potato root rot that has been sprayed with Madrid cacao leaves extract and with water only? Methodology. The researchers conducted an experiment using two sprouted sweet potato plants. The two were labeled as plant A and B. In each plant, there were 2 trials for a total of 4 trials to all the plants. Phase 1. Procedure in obtaining the Madrid cacao leaves. The procedure for collecting the Madrid cacao leaves started from gathering all the materials and equipment needed. The materials utilized in this investigation were 1/2 Madrid cacao leaves, sweet potato plants, and 500 milliliters of water. The following items of equipment were utilized in this study are a grinder mortar, pestle, a basin of storage of water and grinded Madrid cacao leaves, and a strainer to separate the extract of Madrid cacao. The spray bottle was also utilized in this investigation.
Phase 2 procedure in creating the solution. To begin, the researchers put 1/2 kilo of Madrid cacao leaves in the mortar and grind with a pestle. Once it's fully crushed, the researchers placed the grinded leaves in a basin and added 500 ml of water. Then let it soak overnight. After that, the researchers will strain the Madrid cacao out of the water, will pour it in a bottle, and solution is ready to be used. Phase 3 methods in applying the solution. 2 trials were tested for each sweet potato plant. In plant A.1, the researchers sprayed the Madrid cacao solution twice a day and the sprayed solution in plant A.2 only once. While in plant B.1, the researchers sprayed water twice a day and sprayed only once to the plant B.2. Finally, it was ready to be submitted and delivered to the testing center. Phase 4 procedure in testing the results. For the testing procedures, the researchers sought technical assistance from the DOS, the Chemistry and Biotechnology section of the Forestry Products Research and Institute at the University of the Philippines in Los Baños, Laguna for the testing of the Madrid cacao extract and sweet potato. Since the school does not have facilities for the testing of the mass, pH level, chemical analysis, and anti-root rot analysis. Significance. This study aims to benefit farmers, the community, and the other students. This research can help improve sweet potato production and provide another method to prevent root rot, which will inevitably reduce the percentage of diseases caused by sweet potato root rot. This study will also incorporate resourcefulness and localization through the use of materials found in the surroundings. Furthermore, this study will serve as a reference for preventing sweet potato root rot. Similarities, differences with other science and technology solutions. The researchers ought to prevent the root rot rather than curing it. The product that we will use in this study is organic, which the Madrid cacao leaves extract is. It will also differ in the means of application and process of the commercial products.
Hypothesis. There is no significant difference between sweet potato root rot that has been sprayed with Madrid cacao leaves extract and with water only. Design. The researchers used the experimental research design to prove the effectivity of Madrid cacao in preventing sweet potato root rot. According to BAT, experimental research is any research conducted with a scientific approach where a set of variables are kept constant while the other set of variables are being measured as the subject of the experiment.
Sustainability plan. Low farm productivity of sweet potatoes has been a recurring problem in the Philippines caused by root rots that reduce yields and threaten crop survival. The researchers must determine whether the Madrid cacao is toxic to sweet potatoes and, if so, whether it is also harmful to humans. The researchers are also looking for new applications for the solution.
The researchers are now ready for your comments, questions, and suggestions.
Let's give our presenters a virtual round of applause for their very interesting idea of using Madrid cacao leaf extract to prevent root rot in sweet potato. Now, let's get ready for the second presenter, entitled Feed Baby Diaper Used in the Growth of Cabbage, to be presented by Prudente Princess Zain, Matias Maxine Eliza, and lastly, Quiliza Zyron Ezekiel.
diaper used in the growth of cabbage, Brassica oleracea, var. Capitata. The purpose of this research is to investigate by any means how the pit baby diaper that serves as a fertilizer and also moisturizer for the soil will benefit our cabbage in any way. It can either be growth, how long it will take to bloom, and the comparison of other plants grown differs from the ones we'll grow. Urine has been proven to be good in fertilizing plants. It has been used for generations in helping plants grow. Recent scientific studies have shown urine is a safe and very effective fertilizer for cabbage, beets, cucumbers, and tomatoes, and pretty much anything else you want to grow. Our urine contains significant levels of nitrogen as well as phosphorus and potassium. Research questions. Number 1. What is the significant effect of sodium polyacrylate in the growth of cabbage? Number 2. What is the chemical content in the sodium polyacrylate that would help in the growth of cabbage? Number 3. What is the concentration of sodium polyacrylate affected the growth of cabbage significantly? A. Height, B. Weight, or C. Color?
General and specific objectives.
This research aims to assist our local farmers and customers in saving money while also helping the environment. Alternatively, instead of using chemical fertilizer, cultivate a plant. Furthermore, the goal of this study is to assist humans and animals in continuing to supply crops to consume, particularly in this time of pandemic.
Hypothesis.
There is no significant relationship between urine-filled sodium polyacrylate to the growth of cabbage. There is a significant relationship between urine-filled sodium polyacrylate to the growth of cabbage.
This science investigation endeavor provides numerous advantages for both humans and animals, as well as our environment. It assists us in a variety of ways and elements of life. This research encourages people to reduce the quantity of waste produced by used baby diapers in order to benefit the environment. This research aims to find a new approach to produce a healthy plant utilizing human feces. It will assist persons in the agricultural community in saving more money than they would otherwise spend on fertilizer for their plants and crops. Using this project would assist our farmers in sustaining their livelihood and providing one of their primary sources of income on a daily basis. We focus on the potential consequences for the plants, particularly for the customers. When it comes to this type of investigative project, this type of study aids us in enhancing our innovative thoughts in order to construct a better future for ourselves. These are the dependent variables. Using urine-filled sodium polyacrylate and alternatively using pit baby diaper for plant growth. And these are the independent variables. Helps in keeping the plants moisture, fertilizes the plants, holds more water, and improves the structure and growth of the plant.
Let's give another virtual round of applause for our second presenter for their very unique idea of using ped diapers as a substrate where we could grow cabbage. Who would have thought that we could use ped baby diapers where we could grow plants? So now, let's move on to the third presentation, entitled Candle Made from Sambong Leaves Extract as Mosquito Repellent, presented by Valencia Steven Renz and Eleazar Demi-Ann.
Candle made from sambong or Blumea balsamifera leaves extract as mosquito repellent. Rationale or background. Mosquitoes are considered to be one of the most deadliest insects due to their ability to spread and cause millions of deaths per year. As of 2017, the World Health Organization reported that vector-borne infection accounted for more than 70% of all infectious illnesses. Globally, these diseases cause more than 700,000 deaths every year, with malaria alone causing 400,000 deaths. Moreover, the worldwide incidence of dengue rose 30-fold within the past 30 years. With a current estimate of 96 million cases per year and with more than 3.9 billion individuals in over 128 countries being at high risk of contracting dengue. Research questions. Number 1. What are the chemical properties of sambong leaves extract that are effective as mosquito repellent? Number 2. What are the materials needed in making sambong leaves extract as mosquito repellent? Number 3. What concentration of sambong leaves extract is most effective as mosquito repellent? 25% of concentration of sambong leaves extract, 50% of concentration of sambong leaves extract, or 75% of concentration of sambong leaves extract? Number 4. Is there a significant difference between the candle made from sambong leaves extract as mosquito repellent and the mosquito repellent candles available in market in terms of price and effectivity? General and specific objectives. General objective. The main purpose of the study is to determine the effectiveness of candle made from sambong leaves as mosquito repellent. Specific objective. To determine if the candle made from sambong leaves is effective as mosquito repellent. Next, to determine the materials needed on conducting the research.
Significance. The study aimed to create a candle made from sambong leaves extract as a mosquito repellent that could lessen mosquitoes. Specifically, it can be a benefit for this group of individuals. For the users, the study could help the users to prevent from having a mosquito bites. It will also help to lessen the expenses from buying medicines to cure the mosquito bites. For the community, the study can provide another source of income for the community. It will also help the community to make a repellent with planting only. For the other researchers, this study will be beneficial to other researchers, especially in the field of agriculture. It will be useful to the researcher as to obtain new knowledge in making candles with plants. Lastly, for the future researchers, it can provide as a basis if they have a similar kind of study.
3, go.
Design. The experimental design is used in this study in which the treatment of the candle made from sambong leaves extract, which is the independent variable, is applied to the dependent variable, the mosquitoes, to determine the effect. The study is concerned in finding out the effectiveness of using a candle made from sambong leaves extract as a mosquito repellent.
Go.
Sustainability plan. Before we have applied this study as trial to aspect, we planned that this study would not lose efficacy. Hence, we will make sure that the materials to be used are made from natural products.
So let's give another virtual round of applause to our third presenter, entitled Candle Made from Sambong Leaves Extract as Mosquito Repellent. We all know the medicinal purposes of sambong leaves. Now, we have a new idea of how we can use sambong leaves for other purposes. So before we move on to the next presenter, we would like to thank the people behind us who made this event possible because of their utmost support. First, Ma'am Girly M. Ilagan, our OIC SDS, Sir Antonio Faustino Jr., our OIC ASDS, Ma'am Giorgio P. Talabong, EPS for Science, Dr. Hiner C. de los Reyes, Principal 4 of Luis Palad Integrated High School, and to our Assistant Principal for Senior High School, Ma'am Maricel L. Abella, and for our Assistant Principal for Junior High School, Dr. Geraldine M. Constantino. So now, let us move on to our next presentation, entitled Calamansi and Aloe Vera Gel as Liquid Bandage for Abrasion, presented by Kinsanos Nicole, Dalida Mardimeister Ashley, and Nadera Noreen.
Good day everyone, we would like to present a research proposal entitled Calamansi citrofortunella microcarpa and aloe vera valdensis mailer gel as liquid bandage for abrasion.
Liquid bandage is a topical skin treatment for minor cuts and sores. The liquid bandage will keep bacteria and debris out until the damaged area heals and the bandage walks off. Liquid bandage is a colorless adherent material that can be sprayed or painted directly. It reduces pain by covering nerve endings and help wounds heal by maintaining a proper moisture balance and keeping bacteria and debris out. Ann Salamone, President of Rochal Industries, a private research company in Boca Raton, FLA. The Tepelos polymer system for wound care. Professional healthcare providers use this type of liquid bandage to connect more serious skin lacerations. They may also use to repair some of cuts of internal organs or to close surgical incisions. What are the chemical properties of calamansi and aloe vera that could help to treat abrasion? 2. Is there a significant difference between the liquid bandage to regular bandage? 3. What are the adverse effects of calamansi extract on skin? 4. What are the adverse effects of aloe vera on skin?
General and specific objectives. This study is conducted to treat abrasion using calamansi and aloe vera as liquid bandage in a form of a gel. Aloe vera and calamansi are rich in vitamin C that is necessary to synthesis and to keep collagen that can improve the protective mechanism of wounds. It is also involved in all phases of wound healing. Both aloe vera and calamansi contains antioxidants that protect cells from damage of free radicals. Liquid bandage replaces a normal bandage with a layer of clear liquid applied directly to the wound. With aloe vera gel that is a good source of natural polymer which binds to the skin, it protects the wound by keeping dirt and germs out and keeping moisture in. Calamansi and aloe vera gel as liquid bandage for abrasion contains natural components while some other store-bought products contains potentially harmful additives that can cause adverse side effects and certain drugs can trigger allergic reactions. Calamansi is a citrus fruit and primary component of it is vitamin C or ascorbic acid. Hence, the acidic nature of the fruit may cause stinging or burning sensation sometimes. According to Iranian Journal of Veterinary Research, after experimenting the effects of aloe vera on skin wounds, they concluded that aloe vera can affect on healing process and better healed wound appearance.
There is a significant difference between calamansi, citroportonella microcarpa, and aloe vera aloe barbadensis miller, liquid bandage, and regular bandage.
Significance. Liquid skin bandage has many benefits when compared to a regular bandage. It only needs to be put on minor cuts and scrape wounds. It helps stop minor bleeding and lower the risk of infection as it seals the wound and may help to heal faster. Liquid bandages can stick better than plastic or fabric adhesive bandages to many hard-to-bandage areas such as knuckles and between fingers. Wash dishes, go swimming, a liquid bandage won't fall off. A research proposal will be benefiting the people who have abrasion, wound consumer who doesn't trust commercial products that may have harmful additives, a reference for their future research, and many more.
First, the study would be sustaining the person's wound healing process through the use of experimental liquid bandage made out of an alternative resource. This study is focusing on the need of improving abrasion healing process to avoid the risk of having any infections. Second, the researchers use another resource for the mass production of liquid bandage. A liquid bandage made out of calamansi and aloe vera is used to treat minor cuts or abrasions. Calamansi and aloe vera are very common plants in the Philippines, which means resource production supply wouldn't be lacking. Its primary aim is to set out a conclusion that there is a significant difference between calamansi, citroportonella microcarpa, and aloe vera aloe barbadensis miller, liquid bandage, and regular liquid bandage. Fourth, this research involves the proponents and person with abrasion. For the testing, the gel will be applied to a small cut, which is the abrasion. The amount of gel liquid bandage depends on how big or deep the cut is. Applying the substance will be continuous until the abrasion is fully healed.
Design. The relationship between the variables in conducting the study is the independent variable is the amount of calamansi, Citrofortunella, microcarpa, and aloe vera allobarbadensis Miller, while the dependent variable includes the liquid bandage out of calamansi, Citrofortunella, microcarpa, and aloe vera allobarbadensis Miller.
First, wash the aloe vera. Second, extract the calamansi and scoop the aloe vera. Third, mix. Then, finished product is produced, and apply it to the part of your body where the abrasion was.
So let's give another virtual round of applause for our last presenter. Now, we would like to give special shout out to the science teachers from grade 7 to grade 10 and the senior high school teachers for STEM subjects from grade 11 to grade 12. These teachers are the muscle behind the efforts that made this event into fruition. I would like to give my special shout outs to my co-teachers for senior high school, Ma'am Angelica Arsogosio, Ma'am Christine Ragos, Sir Anvi Melendres, Ma'am Lisette Marquez, and Sir Reynan Nadera. And special thanks to our master teacher for senior high school, Ma'am Laarni Q. Lachica. So if you're wondering how we are judging our contestants, now that we are live presenting their presentations, we are doing it through Google Meets. And in these Google Meets, we have the presenters, and we also have the judges for the category of life science. We are doing a live judging and live asking of questions, but we are not broadcasting it to protect the privacy of our students and the intellectual property of our students' researches. So now, let's move on to the next presentation entitled Utilization of Mango Peelings with Orange Extract, Introduction on Jelly. Presentation made by Busa Natalie, Bongtiwon Nicole, and Mangunay JP.
Background of the study. Several people enjoy garment, jams, jellies, and preserves because they taste great. But did users know that eating these delightful, spreadable, edible fruits has a number of beneficial, body-friendly, nutritional health benefits? Fruits contains no cholesterol and naturally low in fat, salt, as well as calories. Fruit jams, jellies, and preserves are also high in dietary fiber, vitamin C, folate or folic acid, and potassium. As it turns out, according to both medical doctors and naturalistic nutritionists, as well as university researchers and numerous medical studies all over the world, fruit jams, jellies, and preserves provide bodies with beneficial energy boosts. Peely tissues will develop and mend in a healthy manner. Cuts and wounds are treated to keep teeth and gums healthy, reduce the danger of neutralization in pregnant women by assisting the body from red blood cells. During fetal development, lube defects, spina bifida, and anencephaly can occur. Mango fillings and orange extract can aid in the improvement of one's health. It acts as a taste enhancer, preservative, and aids in the ripening in the fruit.
Research questions. What are the benefits of producing a homemade substitute jelly with mango peelings and orange extract? What are the advantages of mango peelings?
Objectives. Mango peelings provide health advantages and high in vitamins, polyphenols, carotenoids, dietary fiber, vitamin C, vitamin E, and other plant compounds occur in mango skin. Heart disease, certain cancers, even cognitive decline are all reduced in those who eat a diet strong in vitamin C. Polyphenols and carotenoids, triterpenes, and triterpenoids compounds found in the skin of these delicious fruits have been shown to have an anti-cancer and anti-diabetic properties. Vitamin C and potassium are among the minerals found in abundance in orange extract. Additionally, commercially available versions are frequently fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Orange extract has a wide range of applications, including food application, such as orange-flavored desserts and sauces. as well as flavoring vegetables like sweet potatoes, carrots, peas, broccoli, and other vegetables. Orange juice is a good source of vitamin C, and orange extract is similar to orange juice. Orange juice contains folate, which is beneficial to embryonic development. As a result, it's predicted that mango peelings and orange extract would turn into a jelly.
Hypothesis. There is a significant relationship between mango, Mangifera indica peelings, and orange citrus sinensis peel extract as jelly.
Significance of the study. Philippines is a tropical country known for its mango production. Mangoes are the Philippines' national fruit, and over 7 million mango trees are cultivated by over 2.5 million smallholder farmers. Mango production are expected to reach 59.58 million metric tons within third quarter of 2020. However, now that pollution is ruining our natural climate, people are experiencing searing temperatures and severe rains. The excessive harvest was produced by El Nino, a shift in wind patterns that happens every 2 of 7 years and heats up the Pacific Ocean, sending warm, dry weather to the Philippines. Mango fillings enter jelly with the assistance of orange essence to solidify the alternative homemade jelly to help reduce pollution and climate change. The findings of the study may aid in the development of new products to help reduce pollutants that may cause disease. This can also assist in discovering that mango peelings combined with orange extract has the potential to produce a jelly that can be manufactured at home. Humans don't really use mango peelings or skins in creating foods like jelly, but with this initiative, it can reduce waste and tossing them away for free since they now understand how essential it is in helping people provide solutions for good health and in the nation.
Experimental design. Independent variable, mango peelings and orange extract. Dependent variable, jelly. The figure above shows the relationship between the independent and dependent variable in this study. The independent variable in this study is the mango peelings and the orange extract. On the other hand, the dependent variable on this research project was the jelly. The researchers will use mango or Magiferia indica peelings with orange or citrus sinensis. The extract with the other ingredients to have a jelly, the researchers will define it if the two components will be effective or can be used for the project.
Let's give another virtual round of applause for our last presenter. I like how we are getting very unique and interesting ideas from our young minds of our presenters. From using leaf extracts, from using plants, to using even feed diapers. Can you imagine that? To use it to do something productive out of it, which is to grow cabbage plants. So now, para naman hindi tayo masyado malito sa mga jargons na narinig natin from the presentations of our presenters, let us now give special shout out again to our technical working group who works with me right now hand in hand to make this live stream event possible. So I would like to thank Sir Jojo Owabel, Sir Reynan Christian Subieta, Sir Wendell R. Mayor, Ma'am Marites Hasela, Ma'am Jerica Quinto, Ma'am Margaret Calvendra, Ma'am Monica Hardin, Ma'am Ladesa Padua, and special thanks to Sir Marvin J. Rosales. So now we can move on to our next presenter, which is entitled Chili, Coconut Meat, and Ginger Extract as an Alternative Fungi Agent Against Staphylococcus aureus. To be presented by Tiosan Bea Marie, San Jose Clarish, and Martizano Giselle Claril.
Good morning and peace be with you.
Rationale. In this time of pandemic, the coronavirus is not the only problem. Also, the other fungal diseases like Staphylococcus aureus. Staphylococcus aureus is the most dangerous of all any common staphylococcal bacteria. These gram-positive, spear-shaped bacteria often cause skin infection. but can cause pneumonia, heart valve infection, and bone infection. Bacteria is like coronavirus that spread by having direct contact with an infected person, by using contaminating object, or by inhaling infected droplet. Dispersed by sneezing or coughing. We can prevent it by making a fungal agent made of chili, coconut meat, and ginger. We choose these three because of its compounds and abilities. Chili has vitamin C that can help the wounds heal quickly. Ginger and coconut meat also had a vitamin B3 and C which can help to treat a fungal infection.
General objectives. The main objective of the study is to create antifungal agent against Staphylococcus aureus using chili, coconut meat, and ginger extract. Specific objectives. This project aims to determine the chemical properties of chilies, coconut meat, and ginger extracts as effective as antifungal agent and determine if there is a significant difference between the effectivity of chili, coconut meat, and ginger as alternative antifungal agent and other commercially available antifungal agent.
The study aims to gather data on chili, capsicum annum, coconut meat, Cocos nucifera, and ginger, Zingiber officinale extract as alternative antifungal against Staphylococcus aureus. First, what are the chemical properties of chili, coconut meat, and ginger extract that are effective as antifungal agent? Second, is there a significant difference between the effectivity of chili, coconut meat, and ginger antifungal agent and other commercially available antifungal agent? The beneficiaries of the product are the people who is infected of fungi to be exact. People who has fungi, a bit or a big effect towards their skin will get recovered, as long as the fungi has bacteria that can affect the skin.
Experimental design. The researcher used experimental design to the effectivity of chili, capsicum annum, coconut meat, Cocos nucifera, and ginger zingiber extract as an alternative antifungal against Staphylococcus aureus. The amount of chili, coconut meat, and ginger extract uses to make a fungal agent and make it as effective. It determined the chemical properties of every chili, coconut meat, and ginger extract as an antifungal agent against the Staphylococcus aureus. Sustainability plan. The researchers chose this kind of study because of the pandemic period and because there are still poor families who cannot afford to treat themselves. Based on our research, the Philippines had 38.1% in the year of 2004 to 2006 had a case of Staphylococcus aureus. We make this study to prevent a more percentage case in our community and in our county. For the future, this kind of fungal disease can be avoided, especially in times of hardship.
Thank you and peace be with you.
Again, let's give their well-deserved virtual round of applause to our last presenter. Now, we are going to remind our presenters and our viewers as well for the criteria for judging, which are as follow. For the scientific thought and engineering goals, we have 30%. For the creative resourcefulness and inventiveness, we have 30%. The thoroughness, 15%. Research skill, 15%. Oral presentation skills, 10%, for a total of 100%. So now that we are reminded of how we are going to be rated these presentations, let's move on to our next presenter, which is entitled Papaya, scientific name Carica papaya as an alternative pesticide for leaf hoppers, Psychedelidae as a vector for Tungro rice disease, presented by Eclavea creona Gwinnett, Bermudez Chelsea, and Bigay Ailia.
Good day, everyone. This is the Group 7 research pitching presentation entitled Papaya, Carica papaya, leaves as an alternative pesticide for leafhoppers, Sisa delidae as a vector of Tungro rice disease. Background of the study. With our interaction with Farmers Information and Technology Services Tayabas, they stated that our locality has been affected by Tungro disease, particularly during the last cropping wet season. The variety is mostly to blame, but no incidents have been reported during the current cropping dry season. Some of the farms in Barangay Potol and Tungko have been affected. Tungro, a serious disease in rice agriculture, has the potential to drastically reduce rice quality and production. This research would be extremely beneficial in our community because it can be used to prevent the outbreak of Tungro virus.
The statement of the problem. The main purpose of this study is to find out the effects of Carica papaya leaves as an alternative pesticide for leafhoppers, Sisa delidae, in prevention of Tungro rice disease. Specifically, the study aims to answer the following question. Question number 1. What are the chemical properties of papaya leaves as 2. Papain, alkaloids, terpenoids, flavonoids, and amino acids? Question number 2. What concentration of papaya leaf extract is effective against leafhoppers to prevent rice Tungro disease? Number 3. Is there a significant difference in the effectivity of various concentration of papaya leaf extract as a pesticide against leafhopper to prevent? Objective. The main objective of this study is to eradicate leafhoppers, Sisa delidae, as a vector of Tungro disease using papaya, Carica papaya leaves as an alternative pesticide for leafhoppers. To determine the most effective concentration, eliminating leafhoppers.
The hypothesis. Null hypothesis. There is no significant effect in the prevention of Tungro in rice plants before and after the application of the papaya leaves as an alternative pesticide. Alternative hypothesis. There is a significant effect in the prevention of Tungro in rice plants before and after the application of the papaya leaves as an alternative pesticide. The significance of this study. This study is beneficial to the different categories. For the farmers, the rice plant will be able to grow healthy and having the production increase and be sustainable. Thus, the income of the farmers will also increase. For the economy, the research study could help restore that market value and help many people. It could also be a productive tool for preventing further damage caused by the decreasing rice supplies due to Tungro and leafhoppers in rice plants. To the community, this study can serve as a new tool that can be used by the community for the prevention of Tungro disease, as it is one of the big problems that occurs in a community. And for the future researchers, this research study will serve as a guide to them in the way of solving an agricultural problem that could help our community. The research design. Independent variable. Concentration or solution of the papaya leaves pesticide. Dependent variable. The effectivity of papaya leaves as an alternative pesticide in eliminating the leafhoppers as to prevent Tungro disease.
Let's give another round of applause to our last presenter, which presented Again, let's give a round of applause for our last presenter, who presented a very interesting idea of how to prevent Staphylococcus aureus from growing. Now, let us acknowledge again the life science judges, or the judges for the life science category for this morning. Let's start with Ms. Ann Portia C. Ramalrosa, former resident forester of SM Prime. Dr. Michael Loner D. Lubiano, Master Teacher 1 of Buenaventura Alandi National High School. And for the chairman of our panel, Ma'am Georgia P. Talabong, Education Program Supervisor for Science. So they are very decorated and very competent set of judges. So we trust that the winner of this competition for this category is going to be a very good research and can be continued to be published one day. So now, let's move on to the next presentation entitled Isolation and Characterization of Acid Pepsin Soluble Collagen Extracted from Meat of Garden Snail, Cornu aspersa, and Treating Minor Wounds of Rabbit. Presented by Alian Ann Grace, Eleazar Cedric, and Barcinilia Irish Faith.
Good morning, everyone. We would like to welcome you in our research pitching presentation about isolation and characterization of acid pepsin-soluble collagen extracted from the meat of garden snails, Cornu aspersa, and treating the minor wounds of rabbits. Rationale. Animal experimentation is done in collaboration with the veterinarian department. This is particularly true in areas where veterinary services, cars, span rabbits are often used as subjects for implant material testing. According to Dr. Dizon Flores, animals in the Philippines are used in experiments and researches due to similarities of their physiologies and anatomies to humans. Given the availability of more new natural and successful substitutes, rabbits are still tormented. The rabbits are slaughtered after the experiment is over. Research questions. What chemical properties are present in the collagen powder of garden snails as 2, 1.1, acid soluble, 1.2, pepsin soluble, 2. Which concentration of collagen from garden snails is more effective in treating the minor wounds of rabbits? 2.1, 25% collagen cream, 2.52% collagen cream. What is the effectivity of acid pepsin soluble collagen extracted from the meat of garden snails, Cornu aspersa, in treating the minor wounds of rabbits?
General and specific objectives. General objective. The main purpose of this study is to determine the effectiveness of acid pepsin soluble collagen extracted from the meat of garden snails in treating the minor wounds of rabbit. Specific objectives. To determine if the extracted acid pepsin soluble from the meat of garden snails would be enough to create collagen. To determine the materials needed on conducting the research. This study will be significant for the following group of persons. For the community, to help them have more low cost of environmentally friendly collagen services. Additionally, to assist them in avoiding financial difficulties by manufacturing our low-cost collagen, as it has many benefits for human, animals, and the community.
For the citizens, to help them save money due to the increasing price of collagen, and to help them be able to apply it in cosmetics, suitable biomaterials, and other applications. Furthermore, as we are still in a pandemic, the prices of products such as collagen tend to be expensive. It will be accommodating, especially to the citizens, considering that our product will turn out to be cheaper than the other collagen products. For the future researchers and students, for them to be able to use this study as a reference material and a guide for their research studies regarding isolation and characterizations of snail meat in treating minor wounds of rabbits. Design. Independent variable. Isolation of snail slime extracted from garden snails. Dependent variable. Effectivity of collagen cream in the minor wounds of rabbits. The figure 1 shows the relationship between the variables in conducting the study, in which the independent variable in the study is the isolation of snail slime extracted from garden snails, and the dependent variable is the effectivity of collagen cream in the minor wounds of rabbits.
Thank you for listening. The researcher is now ready for your questions.
Again, another virtual round of applause for our last presenter, who presented quite a complicated idea and an interesting idea as it is. So now, let's move on to shout out the documentation committee for this event, headed by Sir Dav Vicente. And another exciting news for Agham Alam Hub subscribers. That's why I'm telling you right now to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Agham Alam Hub, because we've invited a superhero to appear in one of our new episodes. And it is going to feature our very own Ma'am Mary Grace Ako of Senior High School. So now that we're done with the announcement, I hope that you take note of that. Very, very soon you're gonna see our latest episode, and it is going to be on the subject of Earth and Life Science. So please, right now, subscribe to the Agham Alam Hub YouTube channel. So now let's move on to our next presenter. The next presentation is entitled "The Effectivity of Alugbati or Basilia alba leaves extract against Salmonella in increasing the weight of broiler chicken, Gallus domesticus," presented by Ilaw Charles Joshua, Escobiñas RJ, and Puchero Matthew.
Good day, everyone. We are Group 2 from Grade 10 Wisdom, and we are going to present to you our research study titled "The Effectivity of Alugbati Bacella alba leaves extract against Salmonella in increasing the weight of broiler chicken, Gallus domesticus."
Poultry farming, the production of chicken, meat, and eggs, are also known as broiler production. Chicken production comprises the world's diet that leads to the decrease of broiler supply in the market. The inventory of broilers, native and improved chickens in the farm are decreasing. Population is also cause of the decreasing broiler supply. The Philippines confirmed its first epidemic of highly pathogenic avian influenza on August 11, 2017. It ended in November 2017. Despite the successful management of the epidemic, reemergence is a continuous threat. The growth of the poultry industry in the Philippines has indeed been impressive, but its problems, including inefficient management and the prevalence of many destructive poultry diseases and parasites, cannot be ignored. The presence of Salmonella in broiler production is a food safety concern, as the bacteria can be transmitted to humans via contaminated meat and derived products. This research will help to eliminate Salmonella on broiler chicken, and the researchers hope to help poultry raisers and poultry producers in effectively managing their poultry farms, and also help them realize substantial financial returns from their enterprises in this period of high production cost inputs.
This study focuses on the effectivity of Alugbati, Bacella alba, leaves extract against Salmonella in increasing the weight of broiler chicken, Gallus domesticus. Specifically, this study aims to answer the following. 1. What are the phytochemicals present in Alugbati leaves extract? 1.1 flavonoids, 1.2 saponins, 1.3 tannins. 2. What is the mass of the chicken with Salmonella before and after feeding with the Alugbati antibacterial food? 3. What is the mass of the broiler chickens every week after adding an alternative antibacterial food on different setups? 4. What is the effectivity of Alugbati leaves extract as an antibacterial on Salmonella found in broiler chicken?
There is no significant difference between from Alugbati, Bacella alba leaves, and ordinary feed on the growth of broiler chickens. This study aims to develop an antibacterial food using Alugbati, Bacella leaves extract on Salmonella found in broiler chicken. The following groups will be the most benefited by this study: poultry owners or poultry producers. It can help the poultry breeding industry, not only in the Quezon province but also in the whole country, because the product of this study will benefit the owners in eliminating different diseases on their chickens. community. The consumers that will feed in the chickens can have the desired nutrients that will help them in improving themselves. It does not only eliminate the salmonella in the chicken but also give a high quality of meat when the chicken become commercialized. Environment. This study is beneficial as it contains organic and natural materials. The product of this study will not harm the environment and didn't contain any harmful materials in treating the salmonella of broiler chicken. Students and researchers, this study may help future students' mind in defying the problems of salmonella, not only in broiler chickens but to the all animals. This will also serve as a basis for future studies and references.
The study will focus on alugbati Bacella alba leaves extract as an effective antibacterial food on salmonella found in broiler chicken, Gallus gallus domesticus. This study may affect the growth and the mass of broiler chicken. The researchers will use alugbati leaves extract rather than the commercialized one. Each cage will have different setups, feeding through, and plastic waterers were provided for each cage. The concentrations that will be used are 25% or 250 ml alugbati extract and 750 ml of water. 50% concentration or 500 ml alugbati extract and 500 ml of water, and 75% concentration or 750 ml alugbati extract and 250 ml of water. The experimentation will be done for 1 to 2 months at Barangay Matiuna, Tayabas City, Quezon Province. The testing will take place on University of the Philippines, Manila, Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences.
The figure above shows the relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. The independent variable is the amount of alugbati leaves extract. The dependent variable is the weight of the chicken.
That's all. Thank you.
So I hope that you are not yet tired of giving a round of applause for our students who presented their researches. But let's give another round of applause for our last presenter. So now, we would like to thank our department heads who have always been supporting the events that happened at this whole school month celebration of science. So for the Filipino department, Ma'am Cynthia Zurilia. For the English department, Ma'am Madel Rubia. For the math department, Ma'am Josephine Ramos. For the science department, Sir Marvin Rosales. For the AP department, Ma'am Nezi Garcia. For the ESP department, Ma'am Lorena Saul. For the TLE department, Ma'am Wilma Saide. From the MAPE department, Sir Erico Ibardulasa. And for the senior high school department, Ma'am Maricel L. Abella. So now that we've already thanked all the people that we have to thank, let's move on to the next presentation. The next presentation is entitled The Anthelemic Activity of Phytochemical Components of Sessile Joy Weed, Anthelnanthera sessile against Gapworm, Syngamus trachea of free-range chicken. This research is written by Encanto Karil Christine Kate, Zersena Kristen, and Lagar Nina Monique.
Good morning and peace be with you. We are the students from Grade 10 Wisdom presenting our research title, The Anthelmintic Activity of Phytochemical Components of Sessile joyweed against the Gapworm of free-range chicken.
Background. Poultry layer production is part of the fastest growing industries in the Philippines due to chicken meat and eggs. However, despite the growth of the Philippine poultry industry, the economics of the poultry farming is hampered by frequent outbreaks of diseases, such as parasitic infection by gastrointestinal parasite that cause more damage and massive economic loss due to malnutrition, decreased feed conversion, weight loss, lowered egg production, and death in juvenile birds. This GIP parasite have morphological and physiological features adapted to live longer in their host. Parasitic infections have been a significant problem in egg-producing small-scale layer farms. The growth of the Philippine poultry industry need to improve the prevention of the chicken parasitic infections for a continuous distribution of quality and safe products. Prevalence of internal parasitism in native chicken throughout the tropics and elsewhere are recognized as a major trend. In the Philippines, commercial drugs like veterinary anthelmintics cost high and mostly unavailable at the barangay level, reducing the potential of native chickens. Moreover, parasite control that relies entirely on commercial dewormers is threatened by the widespread occurrence of drug resistance. Trachea is a parasitic nematode found in trachea. It is a common in pheasant but also affects chicken, guinea fowl, and turkeys. When chickens spit, it's a sign that there is something wrong with your chicken, most likely gapeworm. Young birds get weak and deteriorate very quickly. It takes about 7 days to complete. Gaping is the biggest sign of gapeworm.
Statement of the problem. The study entitled Anthelmintic Activity of Phytochemical Components of Alternanthera sessilis against Gapeworm, Syngamus trachea of free-range chicken, aims to answer the following question. Number 1. What are the phytochemical components of sessile joy wheat as to phenolic acid, flavonoids, saponins, tannins? Number 2. How does the phytochemical components from Alternanthera sessilis against the gapeworm of free-range chicken in terms of leaf and dye? Number 3. What anthelmintic concentration of phytochemical components of sessile joy wheat is the most effective against gapeworm of free-range chicken?
Hypothesis. Null hypothesis. There is no significant difference on the anthelmintic property of the three concentrations of sessile joy wheat against gapeworm of free-range chicken. Alternative hypothesis. There is significant difference on the anthelmintic property of the three concentration of sessile joy wheat against gapeworm of the free-range chicken.
Objectives. This study will focus on testing the anthelmintic activity of phytochemical components of sessile joy wheat against gapeworm of chickens. The 500 ml of sessile joy wheat extract will be tested for the presence of phenolic acid, flavonoids, saponins, and tannins. The solution will be 25%, 50%, and 500% concentration of sessile joy wheat extract. This set of sample of anthelmintic concentration will determine which will be the most effective against the gapeworm of free-range chicken. To determine this, the chicken would undergo direct fecal simmer examination.
Significance of the study. The research study aims to develop the anthelmintic activity of the phytochemical components of Alternanthera sessilis against gapeworm of free-range chicken. This study will benefit the following sector. To the community. Through this, the people will learn that a specific plant that can be found at the wetland area of our city can be an anthelmintic drug against the gapeworm of free-range chicken. To the poultry farmers, with this study, they will avoid significant losses of their chickens that caused by the gapeworm. Thus, they can take care of the chicken that is healthy and safe from the infection of gapeworms. To the consumer, chicken is one of the foods that we eat on a daily basis. With the help of this study, the chickens from poultry houses are safer to eat and consume. To the environment, usually the plant Alternanthera sessilis is ignored since it doesn't have any other functions. But with the help of this study, the plant Alternanthera sessilis can be found as an anthelmintic drug against gapeworm of chickens. To the agriculture, this study will serve as a new solution against the gapeworms of a free-range chicken. Also, this study can be a knowledge for agricultural sector since it focuses on the chickens. To the future researchers, they can use this study as a basis regarding the anthelmintic activity of phytochemical components of Alternanthera sessilis against gapeworm of free-range chicken. Experimental design, independent variable. The different phytochemical concentrations of sessile joy wheat extract, dependent variable. The number of gapeworms in the free-range chickens.
Let's give another round of applause to our very intelligent researchers or student researchers. We came from treating root rot of sweet potato to treating gapeworms of free-range chickens. We can really see how diverse the ideas and the concepts that our young researchers have come up with, and the different fields of science as well. So now, for the final shout-outs, we would like to shout out the head of our remaining departments, the GASU department, headed by Ms. Tess Palma, and the ISSU department, headed by Ma'am Maria Teresa Abesamis. So now let's move on to the next presentation, shall we? So the next presentation is entitled Antimicrobial Peptides from Lactic Acid Bacteria of Fermented Cacao, the Abroma cacao specifically, against Xanthomonas oryzae, in bacterial leaf blight in rice crop, scientific name Oryza sativa, presented by Enriquez Carlos Miguel, Nines Raire Vincent, and Kaagbay Raive Vincent.
Good day, everyone. We are here to present our research study entitled Antimicrobial Peptides from Lactic Acid Bacteria of Fermented Cacao Theobroma Cacao against Xanthomonas oryzae PB oryzae, known XOO, in bacterial leaf blight in rice crop. Oryza sativa L.
Background of the study. One of the world's most important staple crops and a major part of the diet of more than half of the world's population, the grain is the most economically important part of the rice plant, together with the grass that could grow over 1 meter tall or 5 meter long in deep water, and a stem that is upright and composed of a series joint-like nodes. Rice is the most broadly planted tropical cereal, and over 400 million tons of milled rice is produced each year. Rice is a staple food of South Asia, and huge quantity of people are used in its cultivation. Xanthomonas oryzae PV oryzae XOO is the main reason of cause of rice bacterial diseases. It begins the body or stem either through wounds or hydatodes. It then multiplies in the epitheme and moves to the xylem vessels, where active multiplication results in the blight disease symptoms on rice leaves. It also generates a range of virulence factors including EPS, extracellular enzyme, iron chelating syndrome, and the type 3 secretion-dependent effectors. In critical epidemics, crop damage may be as high as 75%, and millions of hectares of rice are contaminated yearly. Rice bacterial blight, also termed as bacterial blight of rice, a fatal bacterial disease that is amid the direct and destructive diseases of cultivated rice that causes all these losses annually. Bacterial blight has been perceived in rice-growing regions of Asia, the western coast of Africa, Australia, Latin America, and the Caribbean.
Statement of the problem. This study would focus on utilizing fermented cacao in making antimicrobial peptides against the Xanthomonas oryzae PV oryzae in bacterial leaf blight in rice crop. Specifically, it strives to answer the following questions.
What is the effectiveness of fermented cacao in producing bacteriocin from lactic acid bacteria? Number 2, what is the effectiveness of fermented cacao in fighting Xanthomonas oryzae, PV oryzae, in bacterial leaf blight in rice crop? Number 3, how many fermented cacao will be used for the sufficient amount of bacteriocins from lactic acid bacteria for antimicrobial peptide of rice? Number 4, what is the significant difference between this study from the other existing study?
General and specific objectives. Research statement. Antimicrobial peptides from lactic acid bacteria or fermented cacao, Theobroma cacao, against Xanthomonas oryzae, PV oryzae, XOO in bacterial leaf blight in rice crop, Oryza sativa L. General objective. To help and assist farmers in our community with their rice crop and to be able to control bacterial leaf blight among their crops. Specific objective. To gain more knowledge about bacterial infection on plants to be able to avoid damages on farmer crops, to have more supply from farmers and help them to produce more.
Hypothesis. Null hypothesis. There is no significant effect in bacteriocins of fermented cacao's pulp in fighting the Xanthomonas oryzae PV oryzae of rice. Alternative hypothesis. There is significant effect in using bacteriocins of fermented cacao's pulp in fighting the Xanthomonas oryzae PV oryzae of rice.
Significance of the study. This study focuses on making antimicrobial peptides come from the lactic acid bacteria produced by the fermented cacao in fighting the Xanthomonas oryzae, PV oryzae, that causes the bacterial leaf blight in rice crop. The following sector will be benefited from the outcome of the study. The farmers will benefit a lot from this study as their yield will peak on its high production and they will produce a better quality of rice plant and the grain. They will also get more income from their crops. The community and as well the entire nation will have a better and healthy source of rice crops for their everyday lives. The economic rate will be good as they are producing a good quality of rice free from bacterial leaf blight. Not only the nation but also the environment. This would be helpful environmentally because bacterial leaf blight in rice crop will be eliminated. To the future researcher, they can use this study as a basis for their future references.
Experimental design. Independent variable amount of bacteriocin that lactic acid bacteria from cacao could produce. Dependent variable effectivity of antimicrobial peptides against Xanthomonas oryzae, PV oryzae. Figure 1 shows the relationship between the variable in conducting the study. The independent variable is the total bacteriocin isolated from lactic acid bacteria. The dependent variable is the total effectivity of bacteriocin from lactic acid bacteria against the Xanthomonas XOO in rice crop. That's all. Thank you.
Now let's give another virtual round of applause for our last presenter for presenting their new and innovative idea in this research presentations. Now, before we present our last presentation for the life science category, in line with the Science Club Month celebration, we would like to take this opportunity to invite our students for our different contests and activities that is yet to happen. We have digital essay writing, digital poster making, slogan making, and youth environmental forum. So please visit Luis Palad Integrated High School Science Department page on Facebook for more information for each activity. So we have till Monday when we are going to post the finalists, the chosen finalists on our Facebook page so that everybody will know who came into the list of the chosen ones. So now let's move on to the next and the last presentation for the life science category. The title is The Effectiveness of Pulverized Galunggong, Dicapterus mackerelius, Bone in Enhancing the Calcium Content of Eggshells, Egg Yolk and Egg White of Rhode Island Reed's Chicken, Gallus gallus domesticus. Presented by Makalinaw Chariz, Labita Mish Alina, and Hari Felicity Ann.
Good day, everyone. We're from Grade 10, Integrity, presenting the effectiveness of pulverized galunggong fishbone, Dicapterus mackerelius bone, in enhancing the calcium content of eggshell, egg yolk, and egg white of Rhode Island red chicken, Gallus gallus domesticus. But before we discuss the main problem of this study, what is chicken? Chicken is a domestic fowl kept for its egg or meat, especially at young one. The egg of 30 days old broiler chicken will be used in the experiment by checking the calcium content of it with and without the pulverized galunggong fishbone. Galunggong, also known as mackerel scad, this will be the enhancer of this study. Eggshell, it is the harder part of an egg. The egg yolk, it is the main nutrient-bearing portion of an egg. This part of an egg, you can tell by its color whether an egg has low or high calcium. Egg white, it is the larger part of an egg, and the calcium, it is an essential nutrient in the diet of poultry, which makes the chicken bones stronger and make the eggshell white and yolk harder. The researcher trying to solve lack of calcium content of eggshell, egg yolk, and egg white, the loss of income of vendors because the egg breaks quickly. So the researcher conclude that this study will be the solution of that problem by using galunggong fishbone to enhance the calcium content of egg yolk, egg white, and eggshell. Background of the study. Cracked and damaged eggs can account for 6 to 8% of total production, and they're especially troublesome in older flocks. The egg industry suffered a significant financial loss as a result of this. Economic losses on a global scale are difficult to quantify, but statistical data released annually by DEPRA can be used to estimate the UK industry. In 2005, for example, it was reported that 24,741,000 cases of eggs passed through the UK packing stations, 360 eggs per case based on an average packer to producer price of 45 pence per dozen and assuming a 5% breakage rate. The losses suffered by the UK industry in 2005 may have been as high as 160.7 million. Probability of an egg cracking during packing can be predicted using the non-destructive acoustic test. Cracked eggs, on the other hand, do not only affect the economy, they also provide a direct route for pathogenic species to contaminate the egg contents, posing a food safety risk.
They will be significant to the following persons or groups. This study aims to help the poultry owners, the community, and the consumer. Poultry owners. Poultry owners can benefit due to that the egg will not be easily broken and packaged safely. Because of the calcium present on the galunggong, the eggshell will be harder or thicker. They deposit a fixed amount of calcium per egg, and calcium is the main element that provides strength to the shells. It is expected for a larger egg to have a thinner shell. Community. The community can benefit due to that the eggshell will not be easily broken and it will provide a nutritious egg. There would be an increasing number of jobs due to a better quality of egg. Consumers. The consumer will benefit from this study since it will help them to take more nutrients, particularly calcium. This will assist them in increasing their calcium intake in order to improve their bone health. They can also get calcium from eggshells.
Hypothesis. Null hypothesis. There is no significant difference in calcium content of eggshells, egg yolk, and egg white in the control and experimental group after the application of pulverized galunggong fish bone. Alternative hypothesis. There is a significant difference in the calcium content of eggshells, egg yolk, and egg white in the control and experimental group after the application of pulverized galunggong fish bone. The general objective of our study is to prevent the egg from cracking easily, and people will get more nutrients from the egg that is laid by the chicken who eats the feeds because of the nutrients of it.
Our study is to prevent egg from shattering or being broken easily. The nutrients in the egg can also help people in increasing their calcium intake to maintain or improve their bone health.
The figure shows the relationship between the variables in conducting the study. The independent variable in this study is the pulverized galunggong fish bone, while the dependent variable in calcium content of eggshell, egg yolk, and egg whites of chicken, Gallus gallus domesticus.
Let's give all of our presenters a virtual round of applause for their very informative, investigative projects. Let's appreciate their efforts to having to come up with a quality investigative project despite these trying times of a pandemic. It just really shows how eager our students are to learn and how willing they are to discover something new in the name of science. So this ends our program for this morning's session. We would like to thank everyone who joined and participated today. Again, I am Sir Wilson Ramos. Let's have a filling lunch and see each other again at exactly 1 p.m. for the second part of today's event for the category of Applied Sciences. Bye!
Thank you.